and after you get blood drawn? Probably not, unless you know the medical medium information, the Brain Saver books right here. These books are unbelievable as far as what they offer. I mean, they really do arm you to protect you against the system that's broken. And we're going to talk about the medical system that's broken, not the usual stuff that people talk about, like ultra processed foods or something. We're not going into that. We're talking about something people don't realize, and they don't know that they're trapped in it, and it's going to hurt them. We're talking about what to do before and after getting your blood drawn to stop deficiencies and immunodeficiencies and all kinds of other problems too. So these are the Brain Saver books right in front of me. I'm going to paw through them a little bit too, talk about protocols and so forth, which is really exciting. Do you have these books? Because if you don't, you need them. You will not be disappointed, okay? They are packed, these books. Go to Amazon.com, get one, okay? They're inexpensive. This isn't like a $5,000 program that somebody's trying to sucker you into or something like that. This is powerful information at your fingertips. Look how big these books are. It's insane. This is what you need overall with chronic and mystery illness, neurological diseases, mental conditions, you name it. These books are what you need. But today, we're talking about blood draw. It's a big deal. Why are we talking about blood draw? Why am I asking these questions? Why am I here talking about this? Because chronic illness is exploding. It's exploding. And with this flu season and the super flu and the RSV and the C and all this stuff, people are going to be at the doctor's office and they're going to be, guess what? Coming right up. Coming right up. They're going to be getting this done to them. That's right. They're going to be getting this done to them right here. What is this? What do I have in my hands? Is it a new fruit? A new vegetable? No, far from it. These are the little tubes that they're going to fill millions of people, their blood into these tubes and take them away and make people more deficient. We're talking about blood draw. That's right. It's been a while. And you know the sad part, the real sad part about blood draw? I can do a podcast, I can talk about it, I can scream about it, I can yell about it, I can try to stop people from hurting themselves all I want until I'm blue in the freaking face. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. And this same old crap happens all over again out there. People get abused. That's right, they get abused by the blood system out there. And it's really sad to see because guess what? You get enough blood draws and you get sicker and sicker. You got chronic illness, you get sicker and sicker. You get more deficient, they bleed you to death. Sure, your blood comes back, they say, overnight or in an hour, but it doesn't. It doesn't. It's all bullcrap. It doesn't. And that's what's so sad about this. You want to know what the true conspiracy is out in the world? It's the blood. It's the blood stuff. Right here, we're going to explain, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to walk you through getting your blood test, right? How about that? I can't believe I care this much to actually put myself through this, put myself through this and try to entertain you guys in hopes that you guys protect yourself so you just don't flub it and get sicker and sicker and sicker and then go, oh, didn't work. I tried celery juice. Oh, didn't work. I ate a chocolate pie. Oh, wait, that's not on protocols, chocolate pie. But what happens is blood draw is a big one. People get taken down because of it. They do. You don't know it, but they get taken down because of it. Something to think about. I'm serious. It's a slow death is what it is for a lot of people. I'll tell you why. You want to know? Let's go. You don't feel good. You got a symptom. You go to the doctor. Doctor says, we're going to need to get a blood test. They draw blood. 5 vials, 7 vials, maybe 8 vials, full vials they draw, okay? They take the blood away. You don't feel good. Still. Well, we need more blood. You go back to the doctor. I don't care if it's 2 months, a month, a week, 6 months, you go back. You get another blood draw. That's right. 5, 6, 7 vials, 8 vials, maybe more, maybe 10 or 12, depending. Oh, still don't know what's wrong. You're not feeling good. You got a lot of different symptoms. Yep, off to a specialist. Get to a specialist. Here we go again. Blood draw it is. another 10 vials, another 12 vials. Fill them up nice and full. Not feeling good? A few days later, call your specialist back again. They'll get you in again and do another 10 vials. That's right, another 10 vials coming right up. Meanwhile, you're losing your immune cells, you're losing your immune system, you're losing your immunity, going bye-bye. See you later, alligator. Gone. You're getting sicker and sicker. What happens? Well, the doctor doesn't even know why you're sick with mystery chronic illness. They got no idea it's pathogens. No, they don't. Pathogens have an uprising because your immune system is disappearing because you keep on getting blood work over and over again. And then you go on a wild goose chase. The doctor's like, oh, you got deficiencies. Maybe that's why you're sick. Oh, you're deficient in this. You're deficient in that. You're getting more deficient and more deficient from the blood work itself. And you're getting deficient in immune cells is what you're getting deficient in as you go along. You guys with me so far? This is probably one of the most important shows you can ever watch right here, okay? Your immune system starts to go out in your bloodstream because guess what? Functional medicine doctors and the health world and the influencers in the health world have no idea the immune system's in the blood. Did you guys know that? They believe it's in the gut. One of the stupidest theories ever on the planet. Do you know where that came from? That came from probiotic sales. Big probiotic companies, billions of dollars being made off probiotics. They use the term the immune system is in your gut so they can then sell you probiotics to help your immune system in your gut. Do you guys understand? You're with me now? Okay? You get taught your immune system is in your gut. Every single functional medicine doctor gets taught the immune system is in their gut. Every single health coach, every single influencer, every single idiotic dietitian, not all of them are idiotic. Some of them are really good and they follow medical meme information in a whole bit, but the majority are idiotic. And they all think the immune system is in the gut. So you go and you get your blood work and they're pulling out your immune cells left and right over and over again. Every time you go, and guess why you're sick to begin with? You know why. You lost your immune system over time. You lost it to begin with. It was beaten down by stress and problems and pollutants and heavy metals and pathogens. But they don't know this unless they've studied medical medium books and information and learned along the way, like many of them have by taking tidbits and so forth and not citing back to the material. That's another story. But regardless, people's immune systems get broken down and more blood is taken. And I have to talk about it again. I have no choice. I have no choice. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't. But I gotta. And there's a reason for this, okay? There's a reason. Because I have to. I have to. It's critical for people to know. And I need the community to know. The medical medium communities have to know so that they understand that when they go to the doctor, they have to understand what to do, what to ask for, what kind of protocols, how to do it. Because I want you to get your blood work. I would love that. Go ahead and get your blood work. And you see things on there that you like, you see things you don't. You take what you need, you throw away the rest. That's how it works with blood work anyway. But I would love for you to get blood work. Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I don't want you to be raped by the blood-letting system. I don't want you being accosted by the industry. I don't want you losing your precious resources. I don't want you getting miscarriages, which we'll talk about. You'll see a baby behind me. I don't want you to get miscarriages from blood testing during pregnancy. It's important to know how to do it because it's one of the biggest reasons for miscarriages is the blood work. You take 5 vials out of a pregnant mom first trimester, there's a good chance, yes, you're going to lose the baby. There's a good chance. There just is. That's all. There just is. But nobody knows and nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. They just don't. The industry doesn't care because I've been talking about it for decades. I've been podcasting about it. I've been writing about it. I've been trying to get the information out there But yet it's still dogging it. It's still dogging it. I hear it all the time. People getting lots of blood taken from them, and they don't know about the quarter vials. They don't know about the half vials. They don't know what they can do to protect themselves, their loved ones, their families, their friends, their children. They don't know how to care for them with the right information. So yes, I have to do it again, and I have to do it all over again. So you guys have this information, and you can carry it on. Protect yourself and carry it on. It's really critical. Now the information, just so you know, I want you guys to see this. These are the Brain Saver books, most profound books ever written by Spirit of Compassion. Okay? Most profound books ever written by Spirit of Compassion. New York Times best-selling books. Just powerful books of information about neurological diseases and conditions and symptoms of all kinds, protocols, you name it. These books, make sure you go to Amazon right now. You know, I always say, go to the library, get it for free. I say that all the time. But then people don't go to the library and get it for free. In fact, they'll just go and they'll buy a whole bunch of stuff out there, or a $5,000 program from somebody. They end up with nothing but sand falling through their hands. They don't get better. Go to Amazon.com, get these books, make sure you have them. Get the audio book if you need to get the audio book. Get the Kindle if you need to get the Kindle. Get the hardcover right here. Best books you'll ever have in your hands. I promise you, your mind will be blown. Information is so thorough and so comprehensive. It's unbelievable to that degree, truly profound. So make sure you have them, and blood draw protocols are in here, and blood draw information, because there's an incredible blood draw agenda chapter in these books. So I want people to know that. The more and more you get your blood drawn, the more and more these guys right here rise up. They rise up and they take over. Chronic sinusitis, conjunctivitis, bacterial vaginosis, yeast infections, lots of yeast infections, really underlying causes. Strep, all that rises up. SIBO, gut problems, bloating, all that rises up. The more blood that's drawn, the more rises up. That strep rises up. That E. coli rises up. The C. diff, that staph, all rises up. That's how it works, but that's how they get you. That's how they do it. The system's broken, and the doctors were trained ass backwards. They were trained to just bleed people because they weren't trained that they only need a tiny bit of blood. Let's go into that a little bit. This is all they need. I'll show you right here first. Take a look. See if you guys can see this. Maybe I'll show you guys this way here too. You guys get a little window into that, okay? And maybe you can get a little window into this. We'll see. Maybe we'll get a little window into here. Take a look at this for a second, you guys. Take a peek. So, oh, camera's not working today. All right, let's go. Oh, we got something. There we are. Take a look at that right there. I'll do another drop, okay? It's all they need. That's it. Did you know that? That's all they need. How is it that they can test everything with a baby with a tiny bit of blood? Did you guys know that? They can test everything. Full profiles on a baby. Full profiles. Did you know that? How is that possible? But yet they can't on an adult. Interesting. They say they can't on an adult because it's not true. They can. They can. They can test with just a drop. That's all they need. But what happens is they take a lot more. They take a lot more than anybody could ever realize. Way more than anybody realizes. They take a portion and a percentage of blood out of people's bodies. That's truly, truly deceptive and despicable at the same time. And if you're a physician and you're watching this, we have a lot of doctors that follow medical medium stuff, a lot of doctors that watch the lives, that listen to the podcasts. If you haven't learned already, learn now. Humble yourself and learn now. Dig down deep into the integrity basket and humble yourself. You may be a doctor. There's some out there's podcast doctors that draw so much blood from their patients. They've been raping their patients of blood. You have no idea. 20 vials, 25 vials, 12 vials, 15 vials. Certain functional medicine chiropractors pulling blood, ordering blood, and their nurse practitioners ordering blood out of their patients. You have no idea. People who are really sick, people who are chronically ill, they never get better there. Never get better there. In fact, one of them did a thing on their podcast, acting like they knew about blood draw. They were jabbing at me, saying, "Look, he's saying don't get blood work." I never said that. Read the book, listen to my podcast. I never said don't get blood work, but that's what they said. And then they act like, oh, well, we know what we're doing here. Meanwhile, they're guilty of pillaging people's bodies for a decade. Guilty for pillaging. All the blood they took out of women with Lyme disease, all the blood they took out of women with severe SIBO, all the blood they took out of women with fibromyalgia, lots and lots of vials, and then, sorry, you're not getting better with our probiotics and our colostrum and our, and our stem cell and our peptides. You're not getting better. Move along. Let another patient come in. Let's draw all their blood too. I've watched this. I've seen it. It's there all the time. And that's how the nitty-gritty, dirty business is. And that's how it rolls. There are podcast doctors now out there that have a history of 20 years ago and 25 years ago when they were in practice near the Lyme disease areas of the country in the United States. And they were taking 45 vials of blood out of their women patients with Lyme disease and then bombarding them with doxycycline. And I happen to know a lot of doctors that witnessed this along the way. And it was like pillaging and destroying of women's health and bodies. Never gets talked about, only one talking about it. They bled them to death. A lot of those women died and lost their lives. That's how it works. Chronic illness, if you bleed people that much. And they did. And they're on their podcast right now. These are guy doctors that are on their podcast right now that have a guilty past of this. Nobody knows. They'll never talk about it. This is how it works. We got a comment right there. Craybuck, I got sicker after several blood draws. Indeed so. Indeed so. So this is alive. This is a show. We're live, by the way. This is a show that is critical to watch, and we're going to cover some of the details. We already are digging in. And then I got some stuff on the table just to point to and stuff. Recovery for when you get your blood drawn. And prep for before you get your blood drawn. See how important this is? You see how critical this is? All right, integrity basket, you like that one? I don't even know where that one came from. Because the SOC didn't give me integrity basket. And on that one right there, that came from me. And when it came out, I was like, uh-oh. Let's see how that one went. All right, let's go into the nitty-gritty here. What do we see here? Let's see if I can get some action going, all right? All right, just going to move a couple of things if you guys don't mind. Let's start fresh. Here we are. Let's see if we can get an angle over here. Not getting the angle yet. Sorry, you guys. All right, let's try this one. All right, here we go. All right. What you see right there is a little bit more than a quarter vial of blood. You guys see? Very important to look at this. This could save your life. It can save years of misery. How about that? It could save you years of misery. If you're somebody that was exposed to mold and your immune system blinked, we're going to talk a little bit about that too, and you're getting blood draws, you better watch this. Forewarning you, you better watch this, or you can live a life of untold misery. Okay? So what you're seeing right here, you're seeing a quarter vial. Now there's different size tubes, and you may get some big tubes. There's doctors that order blood work, and the phlebotomist comes out and has some cranking big tubes. And you gotta worry about that. This is a smaller tube. They get smaller than this. They get bigger than this. But what you see is a quarter tube right there. Do you guys see that? Let me do this angle too. Can we do a different angle here? Right here? This would be great. Coming down in this part. There we are. Oh, no, we're back to that. All right. That's the angle I've been looking for. Finally. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Amazing. Okay. All right. I think we did it. All right. I'm cracking up here. All right. You guys watching this? Let's go back. I mean, let's go back to there. Let's get back to this. All right. Let's go back to what we're talking about now. All right. Let's go back to that spot again. I love being live. And let's go back to what we're talking about. All right. All right. I think I'm going to give up on that. You guys, what you're seeing over here is critical. You're seeing a quarter vial in the arm. You have to remember that. You have to recall this information. You have to be able to reference back to this scene you're seeing now, because it disappears in a heartbeat when you're at the doctor's office, when you're at the clinic, when you're at the blood draw place. It disappears instantly as you go and sit down. Gone. Right out of your head. Gone. Keep in mind, you don't want it to be gone. You want it to be there. And what you're going to remember right here is quarter vial, quarter vial. You can remember half vial too, but quarter vial, that's what you're going to be asking for. And trying to remember what that looks like is critical right here, because it's easy to just forget instantly, and they draw all the blood, 5 whole full vials, 7 whole full vials. And if you're pregnant, you want to know this right now. If you're a partner, you want to know this right now. If you're somebody with chronic illness, you want to know this. You want to remember this. So that's a quarter vial right there in my hands. And remembering that is critical. Okay? What people do is they go and they get their blood drawn and they surrender. They surrender their soul. They surrender their free will. They become a slave to the industry. They do. I'm serious. I can't tell you, even people I know that got blood work, I'll be great. What did they do? The quarter vials? Oh, I never asked them. I got scared. I got spooked. I sat in the chair and they just did it and they pulled it all out. And I never even asked them. But what happens is there's this surrendering that occurs when you get your blood drawn. And this surrendering happens instantaneously because the white coat, the phlebotomist, and you just go ahead and take my blood. Just take my blood. A quarter vial works like this. I saw a question come up. If a doctor ordered a bunch of blood work, you ask the phlebotomist how many vials you think it's going to take. How many vials it's going to fill. That's what you ask the doctor. Or the phlebotomist. Or the blood draw person. So right here, let me show you some blood vials right here. See if we can get another little spot. Okay. Right there, we got a full one. That's a full one right there. Take a look. And then you got like an eighth over here. That's an eighth. This one right here, so that's an eighth. That other one's almost a half, and then the other one's about a half. So there you go. Okay. So you're going to ask the phlebotomist, how many are you going to do? Are you doing 4? Are you doing 5? Are you doing 6? And they'll usually have an idea, and they'll look at the order, and they'll be like, I'm probably going to need, probably going to need 4 on this. One of the things you can ask for is pediatric vials. They may not give that to you. They may just say, oh no, you're going to get the adult ones. But you have to have your free will intact when you get your blood work. You got to have your light bulb on when you get your blood work. You have to. It's imperative. There's people out there, they do everything to try to fix a deficiency. They fight for it. They believe, they don't want to be deficient. They freak out if a doctor says they're deficient in something, and they freak out. But they'll just hand over their blood in a large amount and then get a bunch of deficiencies that can't be fixed overnight or in 6 months or in 8 months or a year. They'll get deficiencies they can't remedy quick. It's not possible. Very important to know. Unless you're diligent and you're doing medical medium and you're slamming down the recipes and the information in the celery juice and the cucumber juice and anything else. All right. Let's get moving a little bit. The reason why people are at the doctor's office is because their immune system is defunct and not working. And I'm supportive about blood work because I think blood work is important. If your immune system's not working, blood work is important. And going to the doctor and getting blood work and getting it ordered is important. A couple things you want to do though. You want to ask the doctor how many vials it's going to take. You want to ask the doctor if you can break them up. Maybe 2 vials, 1 appointment, 2 vials, another appointment, meaning do the thyroid panel, do the liver panel, 1 appointment, do the deficiencies and the nutritional deficiencies and everything else on another one, and break them up so you don't shock your body, so you have a chance to recover and recoup. You see how important that is, how critically important that is? It's a really big deal. Another thing you want to do is you want to hold your horses when you're getting your blood drawn, and you want to make a demand. You want to tell the phlebotomist, quarter tube. Phlebotomist says, no, we're going to do full tubes. You say, okay, well, I'm going to call the doctor. A lot of times the phlebotomist will just give in right away and be like, fine, I don't want any trouble. I got a quota. I got a schedule. I got to be on schedule. I got to do this. And they fill quarter tubes. And guess what? You'll never hear a complaint. They'll go in, the test will get done, you'll see the report, you'll see the results, the doctor's happy, and you did quarter tubes. How is that possible? But it is, because they only need a little bit. They only need a little bit. And that's the real thing. Immune cells get taken for granted. Immune cells are, guess where? Immune cells are in your bloodstream. You see this? Look at this. Is there immune cells in your gut? They're in your torso. They're around your liver. They're around your intestinal tract. Some of them are in your intestinal tract lining, but they're not inside your gut. It's not like your whole immune system is in your gut. It's in your bloodstream around every single organ. Lymphocytes are in your lymphatic system, which is, guess what? Everywhere on the body, right? Here's your bloodstream right here. Here's the river, just letting you know. Your immune cells are in that river. So when they draw that blood, they pull up all your immune cells. You see this? That are in that area as they're drawing it up. A hunk of them. And then your bloodstream is flowing again. It's still flowing. They stick another tube on. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? And then another round of immune cells go right up into the next tube. You ready for this? Third tube, full tube, coming in. Blood is flowing. Your immune cells are getting brought back into the third tube. Fourth tube, more immune cells. Fifth tube, sixth tube, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All the tubes that people get, they get a lot of tubes for a lot of different disorders, a lot of complaints, a lot of specialists draw a lot. Functional medicine doctors can just draw a lot of blood. Now, you're in there because you're sick, you're suffering and struggling, pain in your head, back of the neck, pain in your jaw, pain behind your eyes, pain on your scalp, pain on your back, pain on your feet, neurological symptoms, tic spasms, tremors, everything else, you name it. You got all this stuff brewing, all this stuff going on, and you're struggling and you're suffering. And it's because your immune system's already compromised because you're battling bugs. So what your immune system is battling is pathogens. Here's a pathogen right here. Here's a pathogen right there. This is Epstein-Barr. This is the shingles. This is HSV1. This is herpes simplex 2. This is HHV6. This is cyto right here. That's right. So your immune cells are trying to battle these buggers here. Your immune cells are fighting these pathogens, these viruses, and bacteria. Your immune cells are battling strep, bacteria. Look at this. You guys see this okay? That's bacteria. All this is happening, and what are they doing? They're drawing too much blood, and they're taking your immune cells. And guess what? Those immune cells, they don't build back up overnight. A chocolate chip cookie and a small cup of apple juice will not bring them back. Get home at night, you can have a nice free-range roasted chicken right here. It's not going to bring back those immune cells. It's not going to bring back your lost blood. Sorry, but it's not. There's something called empty blood. Blood that's missing things. Because your body can produce blood, but it can produce empty blood. Missing trace minerals, macro minerals, electrolytes, missing nutrients, missing minerals like magnesium. But your body needs more and it loses more when you're getting excessive blood draw. And excessive blood draw is when you're doing more than half vials and too many of them. Your immune cells start to weaken because they're being removed from the body and your bone marrow is not producing them fast enough. Therefore, the pathogens like viruses and bacteria end up rising up. They rise up. 6 months from then, you're sicker. Now you're getting a multiple sclerosis diagnosis. And guess what? You get the MS diagnosis, and then they'll need 12 more vials. Then you'll have to go to an MS doctor, and you'll need 12 more vials. Then if you get sicker and you're in a wheelchair, the specialist is going to want to get 12 more vials. You see the story? See how it rolls? Your multiple sclerosis is because of Epstein-Barr virus. Medical medium information first, before Harvard tried to steal it. Years later, published in a New York Times bestselling book, medical medium book, long before. Epstein-Barr causes multiple sclerosis. Keep that in mind. Not only causes multiple sclerosis, but it's fueled by blood draw. Very important to know. Hands down, anything you want to know about Lyme disease, multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia, thyroid disorders, lupus, gets fueled by blood draw. Fueled. Those are all pathogen-based conditions and symptoms. More blood gets drawn, this thing happens here. You see this thing? What this is immune cells struggling, getting sucked up into the blood vials on a regular basis. Pathogens saying, ha-ha, I'm happy now, I have freedom, I could reign supreme, your immune cells can't take me down because you're losing all your immune cells through blood draw. Your bone marrow gets weaker, blows out, goes into overdrive, tries to produce as many immune cells as possible. Other organs try to help promote in restoring and creating immune cells in every way possible. Everything goes into overdrive, and then the person gets sicker. Say they got Lyme disease, let's get 20 more vials. We're going to run every single Lyme test possible, and we're going to repeatedly do it. And then after a month of doxycycline, we're going to do it all over again. Lyme disease has killed so many different people, but it's not Lyme disease that killed them. Lyme disease doesn't kill people. It's the blood draw that kills the people with Lyme disease. Do you see how it works? That's how it works. HIV doesn't kill people. It's the blood draw for HIV that kills people. Very important information. Are you guys having any fun yet or what? Sorry, I'm so serious. You know, I really am. I think I heard the phone ring too. I apologize for being so serious here. Let's get into it a little bit. All right. Darcy Lee says over there on Facebook, where does all that extra blood go? Okay, and that's the mystery, because we're talking about hundreds of millions of gallons of blood. We're talking about over 100 years of 1 billion, 5 billion, 20 billion, 100 billion gallons of blood, 1 trillion gallons of blood. You see? Where did it go? It doesn't go into the river. Doesn't go into the lakes, never did. Doesn't go into a landfill. It doesn't go. Okay. Keep moving strong says, I was treated for Lyme disease, got my blood drawn, put on doxy. Now I'm in a wheelchair with an MS diagnosis, had 13 more vials drawn. Keep moving strong. I'm sorry that you're going through all that. And that right there, keep moving strong. That right there is why I'm standing here. That's why I'm standing here. And that's why I give out free information. That's why I do what I do. Go to the library, meaning get somebody to go to the library, wherever you can. Get the books out. Ask the library to stock this book. Okay? I know that that's why I'm committed. It's exactly, nothing gets me more charged up and wanting to do God's work than just reading what you just commented. I've seen the carnage with Lyme disease back in the day. There's some serious guilty podcast doctors that caused so much carnage and damage in the Lyme disease world. And now they're just on there talking about peptides like they found the Holy Grail or something. I've seen this stuff. For years. I've been around for a long time in the health realm, in the health movement, and it was small, real small back 40 years ago. Oh, man. It's unbelievable, really. All right. Let's talk about how you can restore your blood. Let's go into that a little bit. Let's get into it, okay? Let's go here first. Right before a blood draw, you want to prep yourself. So let's open up the Medical Medium books. Okay. Blood draw for 1 week directly before. There's information in here. Let me just run it by you. See, you got the book right there. I don't have to show it to you guys. Over here on IG, you might need it, right? Okay. Blood draw for 1 week directly before. This protocol shows options to strengthen your blood. Very important. To repair your brain and body for the week leading up to getting a blood draw. Okay? For the week leading up getting a blood draw. Keep that in mind, all right? If you're on higher dosages of any of these supplements in here, you're probably already covered. There's something to talk about. There's supplements you can take leading up to your blood draw. Very important. So fresh celery juice leading up to your blood draw. 16 to 32 ounces right there. Fresh celery juice. Very important. Lemon lime water. It's another one right there. So let's, I'm going to put this little hypodermic thing in here. Like that. Let's do some lemon lime water really quick. I think we'll do lemon. Nothing like being live. There we go. Could put lime in there too. You can do both. You can do one. You want to make sure every single day before your blood work, you want to be hydrated with real electrolytes right there, including your celery juice. This is such a serious day. Let's move on. Coconut water. Got it right here. I'm going to sip some, by the way. Put the coconut water right here. All right. So these are just the basics. The basics. And you'll find more information in here too, which is really amazing. And I want to show you something else too, you guys. I'm going to go into the chapter on the other book. So if you get Brain Saver, you're looking at it. There's a blood draining agenda chapter packed with information. I'm going to paw through it a little bit. That's a critical tool to have. So let's go into the 1 week before. We talked about that. As many Brain Saver recipes as possible 1 week before. So you want to make sure you pick and choose the recipes that you like and you want the week before, okay? One week after your blood draw, celery juice. Make sure you do that every morning. You have the option of doing cucumber juice. You can do that as well. Lemon or lime water like we just showed you. Coconut water. I just took a sip of coconut water. You can do the brain builder juice, the brain soother juice in the medical meeting books. Melon. You can do the spinach soup. That's another one too. And the Brain Saver salad. And as many Brain Saver recipes as you want. That is afterwards. Even if you do something like just the spinach soup after your blood work, oh my God, that's a big deal. I'm giving you just a small rundown. There's a lot more in here too. Incorporate as many fruits as you want into your diet before and after, like melons. Keep that in mind. Apples, it's another good one right there. All right. In this chapter right here, the blood draining agenda chapter, okay? Talk about like, where does the blood go? Nobody knows. It's a deep, dark secret of the industry. But I'm sure there's a black market for it because there definitely are blood drinkers out there. And you would be silly to think there isn't, because there always was, and there still is. Blood drinking is a big deal. It's considered the fountain of youth by certain elitists that roam on the planet. So yeah, where does the blood go? You wonder. Especially blood from babies, blood from children, and blood from women. And all of that is cataloged for the blood drinkers on the planet. If you don't like this part and you don't believe in it or something like it, fine. Still do everything else to take care of yourself and look out for yourself. I got a phone call coming in, by the way. I'm just waiting for the phone call. There's an endless cycle of we need to order more blood. Look out for it. I'm reading about it right now on Brain Saver. All right, I'm going to read a comment. I think I'm having too much fun today or something. Grateful 144, you wouldn't believe the protocols the Children's Hospital had for trying to diagnose which kind, neutropenia, my baby had constant daily blood draws for 3 weeks. It's so sick and demonic. Thank you, AW. No, it is demonic and it is sick. And the system's set up like that. After general blood tests, specialists may come in and order a lot more blood. As you get sicker, we'd better order more blood. You will hear those words. There are people in the hospitals that have a suit and tie. And I've heard this from doctors in hospitals that have told me. And I've heard this from patients in hospitals that have also confided in me. And there are usually in every hospital a guy on duty. And he's on duty in the afternoon or at night. And then switches off to another guy that's on duty at night or the afternoon and so forth. That guy's job, that guy's job how's that? That guy's job is to walk in when things get problematic. You got a child sick in a hospital bed. You got a mom sitting by the child or a dad. The doctor's saying, we have to do this procedure. This is what we need. The mom's saying, we want to take it a little easy for now. We want to be cautious. We want to be careful. My son, my daughter seems to be doing okay. And then the nurse and the doctor, they go behind closed doors, come back. We really should do this procedure. We really think it's an appendicitis. Even though your son or daughter feels good, the mother says, I kind of want to wait a little bit. Can we wait overnight? The doctor leaves, the nurse leaves. They go to the guy that sits behind the desk. He's in a suit. He's in a tie. He comes in to the room later on if trouble is occurring or what the hospital believes there's a holdup because they want to do procedures and then they want people going home, get the new people in, do procedures, get people going home. And that guy comes, he's got a suit and tie, and he comes in and he says, ma'am, Mrs. Jenkins, we really need to move along and we really need to do this. You don't want us pulling our weight because you have an underage child. Your child's under really the jurisdiction and care of this hospital right now. You don't know it, but your son and daughter is. And we need to move this on. So we're ordering more blood work immediately. And that's how it works. Okay, I want to read another comment right here. Samantha says, Buttonshaw says on Facebook, oh my, I had 24 vials taken, a CT scan, and lumbar puncture all in the same day here in the UK. What you are saying makes sense, but had never thought of it that way. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you for sharing your comment. So, hold on, guys. Okay. Hello? Yeah. This is Dr. Jaholby? Yeah. Okay. It's St. Who's hospital? Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, I'm about to make a visit. Yes. I'm about to go down there, and I'm about to tell that mother and that father that they're going to have to listen to us. Yeah. We asked to draw more blood, and they said that the first round of blood should have been enough, and we're not going to take that answer. No. Uh-huh. We're heading down there. We may bring security if we have to. The father looks very strong, and he's very protective over his child. Yes. So what do you suggest we do? I'll get the paperwork out. I will. And maybe contact the authorities. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, guys, just had a phone call to make. So the endless cycle of we better order more blood. All right, if you guys don't have these books, make sure you get these books. It's important information. These books, the Brain Saver books, are in the UK. Okay, they're pretty much all over the world. New York Times best-selling. These are powerful tools. Just get ready, though. They're packed with information, recipes, protocols, information to help you, the whole bit. I want you to watch this episode over again and really take heed, if that's how it's said, take heed, and visualize that quarter vial and at least a half vial. Study it right here. Let me see if I can get another close-up real quick. Let's go up here. That's a quarter vial is what you're seeing. And having that in your memory bank is critical so you don't get that zombie bite and surrender your free will. I believe people should get blood work. I believe it is important. And I believe when someone's chronically sick or they get acute sickness, blood work is necessary. I do. Keep in mind for somebody that's a fainter or you're somebody that's hypersensitive, this is the best way to go to. You may be somebody that's petite. Maybe you're 92 pounds. They're going to draw the same amount of blood from a 92-pound petite woman as they would a 250-pound male. They will draw the same amount of blood from a very tiny person versus a larger person. That's another mistake in the industry that they don't talk about. Because guess why they don't talk about it? Because they don't know it's a mistake. That's how screwed up it is. Medical Meme Information was the first to bring this to people's attention. And I have paid dearly for it. Behind the scenes, I have had to battle battles. Just all part of it. All right, so the Brain Saver books. Let's go sit down at the table. Let's relax. I'm going to bring my tea over there. I may bring something else. Let me just put this over here for a second, you guys. Pop this down. I just don't mind. Let's take a look. Let's get the books over here, too. Got the books. It's exciting coming over here, okay? I'm going to bring this little brain over here. And I'm going to say that if you haven't seen this baby, this is brand new and out. Amazing. And I think I'm going to bring one more thing. I'm going to bring this baby over there, if you guys don't mind. Want to bring this baby? Okay. What's incredible about these books is it has information about hemorrhagic shock to babies. And what moms don't realize, and doctors, and other people, and health influencers, what they don't realize is that when you draw blood from a mommy, your baby can go into mild hemorrhagic shock. This is actually terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. First trimester, they draw a lot of blood from a mommy. Second trimester, they draw a lot of blood. Third trimester, they draw a lot of blood. 5 vials, 7 vials, full vials. It should have been quarter vials, and it should have been a lot less. I recommend like 2 quarter vials as a mommy that's pregnant. At most, then maybe wait, give it some time, go in for another 2 quarter vials if it's really needed or necessary. Push your doctors to the limit, and a lot of times they understand and they'll work with you. Very important information. Your baby is reliant on glucose and blood glucose. Your blood glucose is how your baby develops. Your blood glucose is how your baby stays alive. When you draw blood from a mommy who's pregnant, you're dropping her blood sugar like a ton of bricks. You're dropping your blood sugar like a ton of bricks. What happens is your baby goes into blood sugar shock, starts to starve in that moment until your blood sugar's back up. But they don't tell you this, and they don't let anybody know. It's like Russian roulette to some degree. It is definitely a sketchy game because you don't know how sensitive your baby is. You might be a sensitive mommy, and you're going into a quick blood sugar shock. That's why a lot of moms, when they get blood work, they're shaking and tremoring afterwards. They feel unsteady. A lot of women that aren't pregnant feel that way after blood work. A lot of people faint because they're going into blood sugar deprivation. That means their brain is also getting shocked from a blood sugar drop. Another reason for the fainting that occurs. Now, everybody's different. They have different sensitivities. They have different issues. So it's all sketchy. But when you're pregnant, it is so critical to be cautious. So critical. So that's something I wanted to bring to today's show so people know. I know, I'm seeing the comments, you guys. I'm seeing your comments. It's like, that's horrific and so forth. My midwife made me do blood tests every 3 weeks because my iron was low. Steffi's Synergy 144. Great number 144. And who knows the ramifications, consequences to a baby than to a child. But I do know one thing, that miscarriages are caused by blood testing, blood draw during pregnancy. I do know that. Keep that in mind. It's really serious. The industry can't handle $20 trillion in lawsuits over the last 60, 80 years over miscarriages caused by blood draw. So they're never going to ever fess up. But that's how it works. If you look into these books, be prepared. Every single line is packed. If your screen froze or you have no sound, go to the Medical Medium YouTube channel or Rumble's channel. Christine says, I worked in pediatrics, and this is very true. That's what she said. Paola says, that's demonic and makes me so angry. I know. It's serious. I'm just reading comments right now, you guys, as we're talking about this. Kodon Koda says, wish I knew when I was raising my children. Tell people about medical meme information. Tell them, let them know. Okay? And show them how much sense it makes, too. It's unbelievable, really, how much sense. So why is the industry not talking about it? I've let the cat out of the bag for a long time now. I do know, though, that people are asking for quarter vials and half vials because of this information they've seen, because of medical meme information about blood draw. But I know we're so far from like correcting the system. Like this is a serious industry problem that needs to be addressed. And I think I'm going to talk about it a lot more. I feel kind of like guilty by not talking about it. Things get busy, things get crazy. I'm trying to write another book right now. And I'm just like, I see the damage that's done out there. I see the trickery. I see what the functional medicine doctors are doing, how much blood they're ordering. It's like nobody has a care in the world about it. The conventional doctors, whatever kind of doctor they are, take this information to your doctor and ask them what's right for you, and then talk about it and be like, look, can I do a different routine with my blood draws? Can I do quarter vials? Can I do the medical meme protocol in restoring my blood for a week afterwards? Can I do all of that? Hillary Grassano says, where does the rest of the blood go? All right. You believe in aliens? You don't believe in aliens? You believe in flying saucers? You believe in alien sightings? You don't believe in aliens? You don't believe in aliens? You think we're the only people that exist? I know there's some people that just, they don't believe in aliens whatsoever. They just believe there's God and then human life. And the only life in the universe is just us on Earth. There's people that believe that. The God part's great. But if you believe in it, are aliens draining cows of blood in such a precision way? It's impossible and can't be done by human technology. Or have there been 1 million cows bled, just dehydratedly bled, left in fields in the last 60 years? Yeah, there has been. That blood was important to somebody. The minerals in our blood are similar to mining minerals. So what are the industries and the tech industries doing? They're mining minerals. Did you guys know that they don't talk about that? Did you guys know that the tech industry keeps that quiet? You hear it uttered once in a while, but the tech industry, they don't talk about the mining of minerals. Do you know why? Because they would take up such a bad, disgusting reputation. Did you know the whole mining of minerals on this planet Earth right now, the tech giants are doing? They're burrowing into the earth, grabbing all those minerals, using it for all your phones and everything else. And everything else that needs to, that's technology, everything. Did you know that could be, I guess, okay? But did you know that it's all about harvesting minerals too? Your trillions of gallons of blood that's gone somewhere is harvesting. Did you know that as well? Did you know not just using it for testing, for cloning and crap like that, or testing so they can try to destroy, like the Jews, or destroy so many other walks of life on this planet, like they did in World War II, where they were drawing all the blood out of the Jewish people, the Nazis were, and they were doing it because they were trying to weaponize the blood through technology so they can figure out ways to inject things back into Jewish bodies. And they've done that with every single walk of life on this planet. Did you know that blood is a treasure trove of information? And they take your blood and then they test for things that they want to test for, they don't even talk about. And they experiment with things they want to experiment with your blood and your baby's blood and your children's blood and your blood. And did you know that there is a black market out there for people who like drinking blood? And they are people on this planet that believe it is the fountain of youth. Drinking young people's blood. So when your blood goes out, it has your age, it has if you're male or female, it has all your information, or your children's blood goes out. That's harvested. It's harvested for minerals. They dehydrate those millions and millions, trillions of gallons of blood, and they dehydrate it and get precious trace minerals from it. Did you know that? For technology. And so these are some of the things that they do with our blood. It's fun. Fun to know. Great to know. If you're somebody that doesn't believe in aliens or believe in any of this, protect yourself and get the books. And move that part aside and say, AW was talking about aliens and talking about blood drinkers and elitist pigs out there on the planet drinking, blood. Right? And puppeteering the world and so forth. Illumination and everything else. If you don't believe in any of that or conspiracy about the blood draining agenda, you can move all that aside, move it all aside, move it all aside. Or just think it's fun story time, whatever. So I'm looking at the comments right here. So Amazing Trouble over here says on IG, I worked in OB clinic and AFP. Testing during pregnancy has caused miscarriages. This is the truth! Explanation point. It is the truth. Thank you for confirming. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. But let's just say all the blood that's drawn and taken from everybody is thrown away. They don't throw it away. They don't throw it away. But it's thrown away. Just say. Maybe they put it in a rocket ship and they send it off to space. Because it's nowhere to be found, by the way. Because it's nowhere to be found, it tells you something right there. There's nowhere to be freaking found. Trillions of gallons of blood, nowhere to be found. Biohazard waste, nowhere to be found. They don't incinerate it, you guys. They don't have incineration factories and they're incinerating the blood. But just say they threw it away somehow and they put it in a rocket and they sent it off into space. Still, the information I'm giving you and the information in these books is critical for your life. Critical if you don't believe in anything. So critical. Just reading some comments here. Let's see. Kahu says over there on YouTube, thank you for this info. My cousin died after she got a lot of blood drawn. She couldn't fight off the C virus because her immune system was drawn out. And that's part of first of all, that's terrible. And I'm so sorry to hear that. That just breaks my heart. And it's why I'm here. Once again, it's why I'm here. And the things I'm saying right here aren't, don't make my life safe. These books don't make my life safe, by the way, you guys. I'm just telling you. Anyway, but you know what? Yeah. It's this thing, you know, when you hear a voice, like I do, and you know about the afterlife, and you know about things that people don't know. Maybe there's just some psychics out there that are guessing, or they hear a story and they're guessing and they're coming up with stuff, but that's different. But when you hear a voice actually tell you, and that information is always right, the information from Spirit's always right. I'm not saying I'm always right. I have my own free will, and I like to try to pick and choose and do things I want to do, and I don't want to have a voice tell me different every minute. But as far as the information that comes into these books and the information I'm talking about, it's solid and from above. And when you hear a voice and you hear this information and you know about the afterlife and you know what happens when we leave here and you know all these things, right? Which I want to get into like more books. But when you know all that, you take some risks, you know? You don't go into business with anybody who's asking you to go into business with you. You don't do that. You take risks. You don't care about who's your friend or not. You just care about the chronically ill and getting people better and getting them the information they need. And that's really what matters. That's it. That's what matters. Check out these books when you get a chance. So a harvesting of minerals is a big deal, and that's happening through our bloodstream, through our blood. Our immune cells get lost through the bloodletting. And the bloodletting never stopped. So remember the bloodletting thing? Remember George Washington was bloodletted to death? You guys know about that story? George Washington was bloodletted. They just would cut you open and you bleed in a pan. If you're not better by the next day, they cut you open, you bleed in a pan. If you're not better the next day, they cut you open and bleed in the pan. They're still doing, the medical industry is still doing bloodletting, but they found a different way of doing it. I gather when people get wise and they get this information long after I'm gone, years down the road or whatever, these books will be here. When people get the information and they have it, the tide will change, but there's going to be a reckoning because of it, because there's a massive, massive black market industry that's utilizing that blood they're taking. And once you take that away from them, they'll probably try to find another way to get something like blood. Anyway, on that happy note right here, you just watched the Medical Medium live show. We're live still right now. Check out my Telegram. Check out like all the different past Telegram exclusive messages I've done. I plan on doing more. Like I'm on the edge of trying to do that, so just hang in there. And I'm releasing a new podcast tomorrow. It's a blood draining agenda podcast. Get ready for that. Medical Medium Podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It's hard to find me in different situations because of censorship. But you can find me. You got to just keep on checking. You just won't get notifications. If you subscribe to my YouTube, you're not going to get a notification. Very few people do. So make sure you keep that in mind and go look for my stuff so you can see it, including on IG, Facebook, and other places. Check out Medical Medium information. Go to medicalmedium.com and check out the Medical Medium book series. Do you have these books? And you should get Life-Changing Foods right here. You should get the LCF Expanded. It's a mind-blowing book all on its own. Go to Amazon.com. Do you know this is for $19? Don't quote me. They could have changed it or something. $19 right here on Amazon.com. Look at that. $19. A life-saving tool, a life-saving book. It's not a $5,000 program of, carpetbaggers that are trying to run advertisements to the Medical Medium community, like that chiropractor guy. Like trying to sell people crap 24/7, sell their, programs and everything else, and stealing Medical Medium information in doing so. It's actually sick. It's not like that. This is free. Go to the library, go to Amazon.com, download it. It's inexpensive. Check out my Medical Meme newsletter. Go on there when you get a chance. Medical Meme newsletter. Make sure you're on there so you know what's going on. You know what I'm talking about, right? The chiropractor guy that got in trouble years ago. Big trouble. I mean, I don't even want to say what he did because it's so despicable and disgusting. It's like unbelievable. Anyway, all right, you guys. Whoa. People are asking about the Medical Meme information. Catherine, you'll probably see their ad just come right up. It's just, you'll know. That's crazy. You guys, thank you so much. This is one of those topics, like, it's like, you know it's hurt a lot of people. This information is there to save people, but you know that this information, it hurts because so many people have been hurt by the blood draw agenda and everything. So it's not an easy topic to go over and talk about. And honestly, I should have been talking about it more and more. It's just that I keep on thinking everybody's got the book or people know about it. They listen to my podcasts and stuff like that. And I realize it's just that, you know, people wake up every day. They're like, what is that? What do you mean? Oh, get me 10 vials, please, of blood? Sure. And it's sad because the loss of life and the quality of life is unbelievable. Check out the new podcast coming up tomorrow. And God protect you too, please. I just saw that comment. Right back at you on that one. Love you guys.
We're talking about the super flu. Now, there's more than just a super flu going around. There's COVID, the norovirus, and of course a random RSV here and there. But what you won't find anymore, ever, are colds. Sure, people call it a cold if they have a mild flu, but there are no colds. They don't exist. It's just flus being released and let out of the gate in the labs, private classified labs. And none of these flus would exist anymore if they weren't continually manufacturing and creating them. Why would they do that? For many reasons. Because it injures people, it kills people, and allows them to experiment so they can create a more deadlier and deadlier and deadlier flu strain. And of course, because of the political atmosphere, the evildoers in the classified labs love to release bad flus and COVID to shake up the political environment. And as years go on, these super flus and these flus and COVIDs and these bugs are going to get worse and worse and worse. So what we have to do is arm ourselves